The Rossi Murder is a book written by sociologist Ron Roizen. At about 7 p.m. the evening of June 30, 1916, Herman J. Rossi shot and killed Clarence Dahlquist in the crowded lobby of the Samuels Hotel in Wallace, Idaho. Rossi had earlier that day returned from a week-long trip to Boise. On arriving home, he discovered that his young wife, Mabel, had shared a bed with Dahlquist while he was away. 3.5 months after the shooting, Rossi was acquitted by a Shoshone County jury at the courthouse in Wallace. His not guilty verdict was widely attributed to something called the unwritten law, which sanctioned the vengeance taken by a cuckolded husband. Author Randy Staples called it one of the Northwest's most striking legal cases. Herman J. Rossi was 5 times elected Wallace's mayor. 3 times before killing Dahlquist and 2 times after. Roizen's thoroughly researched volume tells the story of the trial and explores the historical sociology of the unwritten law. At a Meet the Author event in Coeur d'Alene, sponsored by the Museum of North Idaho, Roizen quoted from his book's preface. "Writing the Rossi Murder took me down roads and to destinations I didn't anticipate at the beginning of the project." Roizen then illustrated his point with a series of images, each one a portrait of a personage he hadn't expected to appear in a book about a 1916 murder in an isolated North Idaho hamlet. His list of unexpected guests included actress Lindsay Lohan, philosopher Arthur Schopenhauer, San Francisco socialite Alma Spreckels, writer Scott Fitzgerald, one-time Assistant U.S. Attorney General Mabel Walker Willebrand, noted British anthropologist Julian Pitt Rivers, dancer Irene Castle, and fallen and disgraced Iraqi President Saddam Hussein. Roizen briefly accounted for each one's place in his book's analysis. The Rossi Murder takes a wide-ranging approach to the cultural and historical puzzles it considers. Significant tangents are explored too, including the great salience of the temperance movement's ascendancy at Rossi's trial, and even the mystery surrounding the location of Herman Rossi's grave at Wallace's 9-Mile Cemetery. Said Frederick Cruz of the Rossi Murder, "What happens in Wallace stays in Wallace, unless it's told through the irresistible prose of Ron Roizen." For questions or comments, the author may be reached at ronroizen@frontier.com.